So example 10, we're going to use the quadratic solution to solve. So find all solutions of sine squared of x minus 3 and times sine of x minus 2 equals 0. And it's in the interval from 0 to 2 pi. So this is not factorable. There are no factors of negative 2 that'll add to negative 3. So therefore, we have to use the quadratic formula. So when you do this, it's not just x. We're going to set it equal to whatever this is. So the trig function is sine of x. So sine of x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2 all over 2 times 1. So sine of x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 plus 8 all over 2. Or sine of x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 17 over 2. So we can go ahead and, we need to check to see that this is within the interval. So sine of x of 3 plus root 17 over 2, and sine of x equals 3 minus root 17 over 2. 3 plus root 17 over 2, if you plug it into the calculator, you get 3.5616. And then for 3 minus root 17 over 2, you get negative 0.5616. Now, the one that's 3.5616, that's not in the range of sine of x. Okay, remember that the graph of sine of x, we'll do it right over here. So let's graph sine of x real quick, because we do need that. Okay, so here is our graph. And so note that the y, so sine of x, that's really y, equals 3.5616. That is all the way up here, right? So it's not even within our range. That's what that means. But negative 0.5616 is. And so that is our y, negative 0.5616. That is somewhere in here. So this line, that is y equals negative 0.5616. Okay, so what we need to do is we actually need to find the arc sine to be able to find where the x value is that it intersects at this one point, right? So we're looking at negative 0.5616. So we do this. X equals arc sine of 3 minus root 17 over 2. Plug it in your calculator. Make sure that it is in radians. Really important that you're in the right units. And then when you plug that in, you get x equals negative 0.5963. So x is negative 0.5963. That is here. Now, it did ask us to be in the interval from 0 to 2 pi. So notice that it hits at this point and at this point here. So I want you to see where this falls with respect to, let's say, pi, for example. So pi is here, so it's just past pi. And so what we want to do is that we're going to take pi, and then we're going to add on this 0.5963 here, right? Because it's past it by just this much. So pi plus 0.5963, that's going to be 3.7379. So that is where it hits at this point right here. It's just past pi. So that's one of the solutions. Then we have 2 pi, this point right here. So if you can see it, this is where it hits the first time, right here. So notice that we go through one full cycle and it hits here. So really we're looking at 2 pi, adding 2 pi again to this negative 0.5963. Okay, so we're going to add the 2 pi to that because it's just under the 2 pi. So this is 2 pi plus a negative 0.5963. And then so you would get 5.68 0.69. So try this example here. Find all solutions of sine squared of x plus 2, sine of x minus 1 equals 0 in the interval of 0 to 2 pi. All right, if you tried this out, so again, you have to make sure that you're in the right, like you're in radians when you're plugging it in your calculator, having enough parentheses so that you're getting the same answer. So when you plug it in the quadratic formula, you get -2 plus or minus root 8 over 2. When you check positive 8, you get 0.414. When you check negative root 8, you get negative 2.4142, which is not in the range. So this is the only one you're using. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in. X equals arcsine of -2 plus root 8 over 2. So when we plug that in, we notice that we get 0.4271 right here. And then this line here, just as a reminder, that is a 0.414 that we got right here, right? So that's y equals, so that is our y equals line. And then so we're just trying to find out where does it intersect. Now we find that when we used arcsine, we get 0.4271, which is within the range of 0 to 2 pi. Then we see that our other one hits at this point here. So another way to kind of look at it, or one way that I look at it, is that it is less than pi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pi and subtract this 0.4271, and then that gives me my 2.7145. And so then those are my two answers. It's the 0.4271, and it's also the 2.7145. As a hint on the homework, the second question is a tangent. So make sure that you're setting it equal to tangent, graphing tangent, and then being able to find it. There is a video that the Calc Chat had made, so I would recommend watching that to get a little bit more help if you get stuck on that example.